So by far the coolest thing I saw at E3 was the Dark Souls 3 reveal CGI trailer. So, thought I'd look at it, analyze a little, look into the lore, tell you guys what I think. So by far the coolest thing I saw at E3 was the Dark Souls 3 reveal CGI trailer. So, thought I'd look at it, analyze a little, look into the lore, tell you guys what I think. So first thing you hear is like this very like depressing apocalypse music, and then there's this guy dragging, presumably a player character, just dragging the body of something, and I think this is probably the new, there's mobile bonfires essentially. You can drag bodies and place them wherever you want. So like you can kind of create your own checkpoints. You can like sacrifice the body and do a ritual. And everyone's like, uh-oh, that sounds like easy mode. But with Miyazaki at the helm, I doubt it. Another thing I see is that without even any prior word, the only prior words to this statement is from Bandai Namco. And then it just says, ... now only embers remain. I'm like, oh no, has someone burned down the studio? Presumably that's a callback to Dark Souls 1 and the First Flame and Gwyn and all that and rekindling the kingdom. So what that makes it sound like is that the ending, at the end of this is spoilers for Dark Souls 1, sort of, I guess. It doesn't mean, we wouldn't understand it anyway if you hadn't played the game. But even if you did play the game, you probably didn't understand it without help. You can either relight the First Flame using your own body and soul and everything, or you can let it die out and let an age of darkness cover the land. But Dark Souls is all about cycles. It's like, even if you let it die out, there'll still be embers that'll eventually grow into a new flame again. And even if you rekindle it, the flame will still just die out again. This makes it sound like whatever ending you chose, a couple more cycles had passed, and now the flame is dying out again, and like only embers remain. So the land is covered in darkness. Things are very grim. And then you see this like all destroyed, like covered in ash, like land, and I'm like, some people are saying it's Drang Lake, and I gotta admit, the arch things here do look very much like Drang Lake, but I'm pretty sure it's Lordran. So you got the, because again, Miyazaki, Dark Souls 1, that's the theme we're going for. See these bridge things? Those are more Lordran than Drang Lake. Especially with the people, I've been hearing people say, like, the Lords of Cinder are being resurrected. It's one of the themes of the game. Gwyn is the Lord of Cinder that you kill at the end of the game. I think that'd be a really nice touch if you see, like, pieces from area levels from Dark Souls 1 that are all just like destroyed and ruined. Nostalgia. So then you see these like walking nomad crab people things. So they got these sticks. But alright, so this is pretty much pure speculation here. So you see those shell things on their backs? Those are chained to their backs. It's making me think that they might not be there by their own free will. So maybe they're undead, maybe they're cursed, or maybe Gwyn had them tortured like that. It's like, you're destined to carry this around because you're cursed. You have the dark sign. And the music swells up, and then you see the crown, and you hear the lady singing. I gotta admit, that gave me shivers. I'm like, this and the thing at the end are probably the most Dark Souls-y 2 things in the trailer, because Dark Souls 2 was all about crowns and kings and queens and all that, and the DLC especially, the Lost Crowns, you're going to kill 3 kings and get their crowns. The crown of the Hurt Ivory King, crown of the Silver King, crown of the... call it. You see the lady reaching for the crown, and you can see the crown is like stuff moving in it, so it's like alive or something. And then this shot right here, this is beautiful. This is so good. And then she puts it on her, and she's like, I'm playing dress up, and she's probably crazy or something. She is putting it over her eyes, though, not on her head, which is super, super Bloodborne, but I'm not really going to get into that. Bloodborne people cut off their eyes so that they couldn't see, so that they could become one with the gods. See how, like, all this dust is falling in the air, and you can, like, see the lights shining on it? This is something, like, I want, like, for a park. Alright, so you look at the screenshot from earlier when Dark Souls 3 was leaked with this giant spear guy and all these swords on the ground. It's just something that could make these games, because Dark Souls games look pretty old. The graphics were probably their weakest suit. I don't know if it's called particle effects. I really got to get my PC gaming graphic terms nailed down. But like when there's just something everywhere, like in Batman Arkham Knight, where a thing happens and there's like, you see the spores everywhere through the air and they just kind of slowly fall. That's what I want, except let it be snow or ash or something. Or leaves, like in the Dark Souls 2 CGI trailer when he's going through the Japanese garden. It's like you got these purple leaves falling. Just do that. Just a little touch like that makes the game look so good. It doesn't have to be raining. Rain looks dumb. And then you hear a bell and I'm like, what do bells mean? Well, in Bloodborne, they were your online component items, but again, that's Bloodborne, this is Dark Souls. Not to say that Bloodborne isn't the same universe, if like a fractured timeline connection with Dark Souls. Alright, look at this. In the DLC for Dark Souls 1, Artorias of the Abyss, there is a character named Chester Manifield, or Marvelous Chester. And he says like, oh, I'm here, I'm lost from my own timeline, how are you? Because time is convoluted in Lord Drain, that's their excuse for online play. He's like, I've come here from my own world to do this little quest thing here. And look what he looks like. That was years before Bloodborne. What was I talking about? Bells. So the bells of awakening, you gotta go ring the bell so that you can wake up a golem, and he'll pull the chains and open Lordran for you. And then when you see the giant wake up at the end of the video, that's very awakening, you know? And then you see this big guy just come up like... And you'll notice a couple things about the shot. One, he's very big, obviously. And two, he's got a hole in his face. That means he's a giant from Dark Souls 2. Also, look atop his head. What is he wearing? A crown. Is he the king of the giants? Has he finally come to reclaim what Vendrick stole from him in Dark Souls 2? Will we finally know what it is that Vendrick stole? And you see him start just like glowing with fire, so maybe he is a Lord of Cinder. Either way, he'll probably be a boss in the game, and he's gonna be awesome. And I do really hope they ramp up the difficulty in this game, because Bloodborne was probably the easiest of all the Dark Souls games. Dark Souls 2 I found very hard because that was my first one and I was still learning. But Dark Souls 1, Ornstein and Smile can go straight to hell. I was talking about graphics earlier, and this game is going to run at 30 frames a second on next-gen consoles. Why did I buy a PS4? Why? It's basically just a GameCube. In my humble opinion, if you can't get your game to run at 60 frames a second on consoles, you failed. Call of Duty can do it, everyone else should be able to do it. But I'm like, alright, since you have cut the frame rate, the game better look amazing in every other way, alright? No excuses this time, especially since they chose to rush it out so early. And that's the other thing I want to talk about, because Dark Souls 2 released in 2014, Bloodborne released in 2015, this game is scheduled for early 2016. This is becoming an annualized franchise, and I'm worried, like, whoa, just take your time. Don't rush the game. I can wait. We have DLC for Bloodborne coming. I'll be fine. I can live without Dark Souls for another year. I don't want them to rush the game. But because From Software's got a couple different teams, they've been working on this game since the end of Dark Souls 1. They got the A team that worked on Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne, and the B team that worked on Dark Souls 2, just kind of all working together, and they say that that's not an issue, don't worry. The other thing to keep it from being an annualized franchise is that they say this will probably be the last Dark Souls game, at least for a while. Miyazaki's like, yeah, we're going to do something else after this. I just want them to look at everything that was right about the last games and what was wrong about the last games, just kind of fix everything and make it perfect. It's like, Dark Souls is one of my favorite series ever, and I want to be able to give this game a 10. Do a good job. That's all I'm saying. Make this game good. I'm mostly Tomsky. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you tomorrow, maybe? No. Follow me on Twitter, everything by Crusade God. See you.